The Volkswagen Virtus is something that we have experienced a lot of times, but this is something new. This is the 1.5 manual variant GT Plus, which can be also 20.86 lakh on road Mumbai. आज के वीडियो में we'll put this car through some real life tests, including some proper hardcore performance tests. Now, of course, with this you get the same engine, 1.5 TSI Evo, making 150 horsepower and 250 Newton meters of torque. 6-speed manual is there. Performance is quite nice on the engine, but how is the clutch? How is the behavior of the manual? वो देखेंगे. We'll take this car for a drive now, and then I'll connect my V-Box to this car to see the actual 0 to 100 timing and the in-gear acceleration timings. We saw the acceleration timings of the Virtus, and of course it is quick, and even the day-to-day drivability is quite nice on this car. जो in-gear acceleration आपको मिलती है वो काफ़ी अच्छी है. The car is very responsive. Now the thing is that the clutch on this car is not very light. I mean, not as light as that of the Hyundai Verna or the Honda City. It is a little on the heavier side, so that is a concern. Of course, the car is fun to drive, no doubt about that. But people who are going to drive the car frequently in traffic, their legs would pain for sure. So that is the thing. So I think if you're going to drive the car in a mix of different conditions, probably the manual may make sense. But if you're going to drive a lot majorly in traffic only, then I think the automatic would be more comfortable, more convenient. And of course, if you're going to drive only on the highways, at least 70-80% of your driving is out on the highway, probably the manual would be a nice choice for you, because the price difference between the manual and the automatic is 1.8 lakh when we talk about the on-road prices. So that is there. Apart from that, I really enjoyed driving the Virtus 1.5 manual. Of course, not different from the Slavia 1.5 manual which we drove long back. And yeah, I guess that's about it. In terms of mileage, of course, the 1.5 DSG tends to drink a lot of fuel, especially when you drive in the city, when you drive in heavy traffic. The manual would be a little more efficient, but realistically I would say expect around 10 to 11 kilometers per liter in city, and around 14-15 out on the highway. And when you do really long highway trips, तो उसमें आपको 16, 17, 18 की भी mileage मिल सकती है because of the cylinder deactivation technology. Apart from that, गाड़ी चलाने में तो काफ़ी बढ़िया है. So let's continue with the next tests. Acceleration तो चलो हम लोगों ने देख लिया, बहुत ही बढ़िया परफॉर्मेंस आपको इसमें मिल जाती है. But let's see how is the stopping power now. Time to do a braking test with the Virtus. I'll drive the car at 70 and stand on the brakes. Acceleration देखा, braking देखा. Now it is time to put the Virtus manual through a slalom test. Time for a slalom test in the Virtus. Of course, we have driven this car a lot of times, and I really like the body control that this car offers. It does have some amount of vertical movement because of the high ride height, but ठीक है यार, गाड़ी चलाने में तो मजा आता है. मतलब it sticks to the tarmac. It feels confidence inspiring all the time. We drove the Virtus on the road, and of course the performance is nice, but क्या ये गाड़ी गंदे रोड को टैकल कर सकती है? Time to put the Virtus through a bad road test. Time for the bad road test with the Virtus manual. The car has very high ground clearance of 179 millimeters. तो गंदे रोड तो टैकल कर ली थी. वैसे कोई मेजर इशू आता है नहीं गाड़ी को, and thankfully it does not touch anywhere generally. So वैसे कोई इशू है नहीं, but my only concern with the manual is that the clutch travel is long. तो वो थोड़ा discomforting हो जाता है. I think the automatic is much more convenient, much more comfortable than this. But apart from that, the ride quality is the same as the regular Virtus, and yeah, it has that stiff edge to it, but again, not very stiff. It is trying to find a balance between being comfortable and stiff at the same time. Time for the Ingress Egress test with the Virtus. अब sedan है तो वो तो सबसे ज़्यादा important point हो जाता है. So let's jump into the driver's seat. The door opens wide enough, and of course you sit a little low down here, but not very low as certain other sedans. Time to check out the rear seat. Again, the door opens wide, but could have been a little more wider. And let's jump inside. Space in the rear is actually quite nice. Ingress Egress could have been slightly better. Time for the rear seat test with the Virtus. I'm here.
थोड़ा सरक.
So three of us are sitting here. Headroom for me is a little limited on the side. यहाँ पे my head is touching, but over here at the top it is good. Knee room is decent. Window is big. No sunshade, unfortunately.
ऐसे ही बैठना पड़ेगा मेरे को.
3 adjustable headrests. That's a good thing. AC vents, 2 Type C ports. Space is nice. Upholstery is good. But what do you guys think?
For 2 it's good यार. For 2 it's good. For 3 it's a tight fit.
Yeah.
Space तो नहीं है. Comfort लग रहा है थोड़ा कम. Seat wise.
Comfort कम लग रहा है.
Seat wise comfort है. ऐसा space नहीं है.
Space नहीं है. Comfort है लेकिन. Okay.
चलो let's get out. Yeah.
Time for the audio system test with the Virtus. Of course, no changes whatsoever over here. You get the same 10-inch screen and you get Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. My phone is connected via wired Apple CarPlay and you get 4 speakers, 2 tweeters. Let's play some track. Sound quality is nice, of course not the best. I think the Verna has slightly better sound quality with the Bose speakers, but this is also decent, above average, but could be a little better. Now because there are no changes to the car except the manual gearbox and the electric seats, the boot is the same at 521 liters. You can put in a lot of bags, but you can also put something else in the boot. Time for the bottle holder test with the Virtus. Let's see at how many places in the cabin can you put such a big bottle. Time for a parking test with the Virtus, how easy or difficult it is to park this car. Let's do a parallel parking. Car is in reverse. This is the camera. Now the screen is so big, but the camera display is really tiny over here and the quality is decent. But I think the cars launched after the Virtus have much better quality. But still, parking the Virtus is not difficult. Easy peasy. For a car this expensive, they could have offered a better camera and probably a 360 view camera also. In fact, that Fronx over there has a nice 360 view camera. So I think even Volkswagen could have offered it on the Tiguan and the Virtus now. Let's check out the lights of the Virtus, and we have this. This is the low beam of the car basically. With the parking light on, this is the illumination, nothing at all. But with the low beam, this is the illumination. With the front fog lamp, this is the illumination. Thankfully, the front fog lamps are halogens. You get a rear fog lamp also. And let me show you the high beam. This is the high beam of the car. LEDs all around. You get LED indicators also. And let's shut this. I had a blast driving the Virtus 1.5 manual. गाड़ी चलाने में काफ़ी धमाकेदार है, and the addition of a manual with the 1.5 engine is a good thing to the lineup of the Virtus in India. Now this is priced at 20.86 lakh on road Mumbai, and if you buy a DSG version in an equivalent variant, the premium for that for the DSG would be 1.8 lakh. I think if you're buying a car for a long term, आपको convenience चाहिए, comfort चाहिए, सब कुछ चाहिए, get the DSG. That makes more sense because with the manual, of course, the fun level is on another level. But manual की जो clutch है, clutch is a little on the heavier side. The travel of the clutch pedal is also a little long. Reminds me of the old Polo and the Vento diesel which we drove many years back. तो अगर आपको वो pure thrill चाहिए, get the manual. But personally, I would suggest getting the DSG itself because that makes much more sense to me. So that's about it from my side. आप लोग नीचे comment section बताओ which one will you buy, automatic or manual. Thank you so much.